Hi, my name is Kamar Abbas. I'm a telecom engineer. Today I'll be discussing the fifth generation data mobile networks and upcoming network technology. Technology, things move much faster than one might anticipate. What we're going to see is, the tech jobs towards innovation and artificial intelligence, augmented reality. That's what the fifth generation is. In 4G, let's suppose if you are downloading a movie in minutes, now it's just going to be in seconds. Even it's not seconds anymore, because if the both sides are, let's suppose, connected on the same network, this time thing is not going to be there. You're not going to be required to download anything. With the 5G, this could be possible. Let's suppose if you have some mechanical fault in a factory or in a machine or something, the computer or if the person who is holding a device probably is going to show you where exactly the fault is. It's all about real-time applications. A doctor in, let's suppose, sitting in Australia can operate a patient in America using robotic arms, and seamless means that there is no delay. Whatever he sees, whatever he does in Australia, it's just going to be translated directly in America. We could talk about that movie Player One, I think, where everybody is in the game and they take it so real. So that is going to be possible now. The other thing is, like, for example, China. In China, like, millions of people, they get surveillance, so they get face recognized. There's a face recognition in China. All their information is analyzed by the machine at the same time. Obviously, you need a network to transfer that information in real time, and that is only possible with the fifth generation or the next generation of the networks. It's not just about 5G, it's just a combination of different networks that come together, different technologies. Holographic technology, what that means, you could project yourself anywhere. In future, the meetings could be where, a person is not physically there, but his whole image is going to be there, the way he is. And from one side, he's just in his particular one device is just going to reflect him or project him in a different part of the world. That is going to be possible with this high-speed networks, and the 5G is just the start of it. Everything is connected to a central computer that manages when they turn on and how they operate, how they can save energy. From your driving to your home, everything is eventually going to be automated. Technology can be used for the social control. That's something a worry is there. Apart from that, we can give the example of China. What we have seen during coronavirus, that they were able to contain it just because of the technology, just because of the surveillance. For the rest of the world, they have to follow that at the end of the day, because the population growth and everything, the way it is, they have to rely on the technology. This has to happen. During this corona pandemic, what the rest of the world has seen is that China they manage it the best. In the world, they said there are almost 770 million surveillance cameras. Almost 54% of those cameras are in China. That was extremely effective for them. In subways, they just put on infrared sensors along with the cameras. They were sensing if somebody is, he has a fever, that person would be highlighted. At the same time, automatically the system would backtrack everything, his movement history, where he has been, his travel history, who he has been with, everything they just had there, it was already there. The coronavirus, as I said, the other countries like Singapore, Israel, Iran, Taiwan, Russia, all adopted some, if not all, all the Chinese methods to temporarily harness the power of data. And more countries are expected to follow. US has been at the forefront for almost all the telecommunication innovations in the last century. It has provided US economy with billions of dollars actually. For this 5G technology, Huawei was the first one to kind of develop that. Obviously, Chinese are very fast in terms of, let's say, the iPhones and all those devices, they are from US, but they are made in China. When the US saw that Huawei is gonna be leading within US for 5G, that actually scared them, because, as I said, this is a seamless technology. If the Chinese devices are there, eventually China gonna have the access to all the data. This is the reality. And right now, this world is all about data. It is a big deal when it comes to China and US, because US from the last 1 century, been on the top in all the telecommunication innovations, and right now, this time, China is just taking over. The major corporations in the United States have already blacklisted Huawei because of what they call as espionage. China itself has other partners. Russia could be there, Japan. There are so many other countries, like they could be blocked together. Like the Europeans and Americans could block together. Right now, the humans are the new commodity, and the data is what we say the main thing that is driving this new economy, or it will be driving. It already is actually. What we are hearing about 5G spreading coronavirus, I don't think so. There is any truth in it. It's not even possible. So what 5G is just the network. I think for the people, or the selling point to the general public is usually about the security. In the perfect world, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. We are already sharing so much information, on our social medias, on all different platforms. The new applications, imagine that you don't even have to take out your wallet from your pocket. Bought something and you just walk, and it just takes your picture, and that's about it. That's all it's required. Let's suppose if you're using a subway system, you just walk past, and that's about it. Obviously, it needs to have the database of all the people to work it in a perfect manner, in a perfect environment. We already have, given our privacies away. Any intelligent system that we use, let's suppose even it says a Google network or whatever we use or we see out there, they will be able to recognize me if they want to. Even my voice record could exactly tell who this person is. So within a couple of seconds, even any computer or any device connected to certain networkers, connected to certain intelligent machine, can determine who this person is. For example, whatever we do online right now, if you talk about one person, that person, his financial situation, where he works, what he can afford, what he can buy, all that is a data. So data plays a vital role in making something, in building something. So data is gold in these days. The government or the authority would always say, these are there for your own protection, and they're going to continue. Whatever changes that we're going to see after coronavirus, the biggest different, as I said, the China was already doing it. The other countries already following China to do that. Eventually, every other country will be doing it. So these are not going to go back, because they're going to know from this it's better, it's easier to manage people, it's easy to keep people in track or where they want them to. So obviously, they're not going to go roll back on whatever surveillance systems or things they're going to put out there. They're definitely going to use it, and it's just going to go there, and everyone is going to accept it happily. As adults, what really happens is we kind of lag behind in learning it. The kids are better at using it. That's something we have as adults. What we need to do is make sure we know what's happening, how things are evolving. We have to kind of keep ourselves up to date, because we don't want to lose our kids, because with this new information, new technology, it is very scary, because they are going to learn from the internet. They're going to have the unrestricted access unless we know or we control how they see and how they use it. We have to be very careful when